Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining today. This is Nutrition with Mel. The question we're going to be talking about today is, how does diet affect our sleep? I'm going to go over studies that show a relationship between food, nutrients, and sleep, some for the better and some for the worse. The two main dietary factors I want to touch on first that affect our sleep are caffeine and alcohol. And many people don't realize that tea and chocolate also contain caffeine, and consuming those in the afternoon or at night can affect your sleep. The half-life of caffeine is about 6 to 8 hours. So think about it. If you drink a cup of coffee at noon, at 8 p.m., you could still have half of that. So one cup of coffee being 100 milligrams, half of that would be 50 milligrams, still circulating in your blood at 8 p.m. The quarter life, which is about 12 to 16 hours, is going to leave you still having 25 milligrams in your blood. According to a meta-analysis of 24 studies, caffeine consumption reduces total sleep time by 45 minutes, sleep efficiency by 7%, with an increase in time to fall asleep by an average of 9 minutes, and a wake after sleep of 12 minutes in the night. Alcohol may help you pass out, but it doesn't actually help you sleep. Even low doses of alcohol reduce your REM, or your REM sleep, rapid eye movement, and slow wave activity in your brain while you sleep. The human brain switches back and forth between NREM, which is non-rapid eye movement, and REM around every 90 minutes. About 18% of your night will be in the NREM, and 20 to 25% will be in the REM. Stage 2 is when the REM becomes more dominant, and this is a stage when even at low doses appears to be affected by alcohol. Now let's talk about food before bed, as this is a bit more nuanced. Eating large quantities of food is not ideal, as your organs are going to have to stay active digesting while you're trying to sleep, and your insulin and blood glucose will spike quite a bit. But it appears that eating small meals of less than 150 calories, such as some milk or nuts before bed, can actually help people sleep. This could be because of the amino acid tryptophan, which many people are aware of being associated with sleep due to the common discussion over Thanksgiving dinner that all that turkey was full of tryptophan and that's why we're tired, not because we just stuffed ourselves. But tryptophan is a precursor to melatonin and serotonin and does help with sleep. Tryptophan-containing foods improve sleep quality compared with controls in this study. It increased total sleep time and sleep efficiency after a week of tryptophan-rich cereal consumption in older adults, and that was around 60 milligrams. Furthermore, participants also experienced less difficulty in falling asleep and less waking at night, and thus sleeping through the night. One systematic review of 29 studies found that consumption of healthy foods was associated with better sleep quality, while higher intake of processed and refined sugar-rich foods was associated with worse sleep features. This is fine and all, but what exactly is healthy food? Well, they defined healthy food as a higher intake of fruits and vegetables and low in refined sugar. That makes a lot of sense to me. Another food that has been shown to help improve sleep is cherries, as they contain rather high amounts of serotonin and melatonin. A placebo-controlled, double-blinded study on 20 volunteers looked at whether consumption of tart cherry juice for 7 days would increase sleep parameters, and indeed it did. They had a significant increase in time in bed, total sleep time, and sleep efficiency scores. B vitamins are important too, as vitamin B6 especially plays into the pathway of melatonin and serotonin production, the same pathway that tryptophan does. If you are specifically interested in dreaming and lucid dreaming, then B6 is one to keep in mind. 2 randomized, double-blinded studies found that 240 milligrams of vitamin B6 before bed for 5 consecutive nights increased dream content, vividness, bizarreness, color, and longer sleep time. I know this isn't diet, but this is lifestyle related, and I think it's an important component of our sleep quality talk today. There's something called sleep hygiene, and this is basically how you prepare yourself to sleep each night. Proper sleep hygiene would be like take a hot shower, dim the lights in the house, light candles, read a book, meditate, listen to relaxing music or a podcast, or talk with your partner or roommate, and go to bed around the same time each night. Less than ideal sleep hygiene would be, well, the opposite. So having bright lights on, drinking alcohol before bed, or eating too close to bedtime, watching TV, nighttime media use, like playing video games, scrolling social media, all those things seem to increase sleep interruptions and actually contribute to weight gain. It appears that the light you expose yourself to in the evening is going to have the most impact on your sleep, probably more than if you just ate before bed. A randomized controlled trial of 26 students found that 30 minutes of light from an iPad before bed can affect alertness, circadian rhythm, and sleep. Another study compared reading an ebook or a printed book before bed and found that those who read with the light from the ebook in their face took longer to fall asleep, had reduced evening sleepiness, reduced melatonin secretion, later timing of their circadian clock, and reduced next morning alertness compared to the printed book readers. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe and check out my other videos. Have a good one.